Hi there, my name is Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll talk more about the JBL EON ONE Compact. I want to show you a recording of the K&K pickup through it and show you the effects and EQ section of this product. This may be interesting not only to potential customers of the JBL, but also for K&K users and people that want to know a bit more about EQ. So anyway, I've had a day with this amp. I'm very impressed with it. It's really great. I haven't used it at a gig yet, and obviously that is the real test. I have noted that the preamps are quiet. I don't want to say they're quiet because if you run a preamp into it, it's fine. Passive pickups into most things do need a boost. They do need the correct impedance and a volume boost. So not really fair of me to say that these are weak preamps, but they certainly could be louder, and that would eliminate the need for an additional preamp to carry around, which would be nice. But I don't think it's a deal breaker at this time, because I often run like the Play Acoustic or something into it anyway. And those little mini preamps are no problem to carry around. So anyway, let me show you the app again. Here it is. So again, you've got demo mode or your main mode. I'm going to skip and go into the main mode. Let's see how long it takes today to connect to the speaker. I pressed on link. It says connecting. Now, I have been comparing with the Bose S1 Pro. You know, that thing is smaller, but it kind of has like EQ presets. The great thing about this one is it has this app. This app is really useful, and you'll see why. And not just for this product. Again, if more products had something like this, it would be very cool to have. So you could, I think it is actually connected. Yeah, there we go. So it says the master's down at -33 because I'm recording in the apartment. So I clicked on mixer and you can see I've set channel 1 to full volume. It's online. It could be on mic to get more volume, but this is fine for what I'm doing today. The mic seems to add another additional gain load on top, so that can be useful if you do need more volume. Just be careful if you're hearing distortion or anything. Obviously, turn it down. Don't blow your speaker up. If you click on EQ, you can see right now that the EQ is bypassed. The top right there, that slider there, that's on, that's off. So everything's bypassed. Effects here, look, is bypassed. And then you've got the EQ out. This is so impressive. You've got the bass and the treble there, you can see there, which is used on the amp itself with the physical controls. And then you've got 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 4 additional bands of EQ, fully parametric. If you don't understand parametric EQ, I'll give you a quick lesson on it today. But those 3 controls at the right there are very useful. You can dial in exactly what you want. If you go to EQ out, look at that. You've actually got, again, it's turned off there, but you've actually got 8 bands of the master EQ. You've actually got those 8, those 4, the treble, the bass. There's so many EQ options here. You can really go to town. There's not many systems on the market that have something like this. This is really cool. Or if you're old school, don't have a phone, or don't have a phone that loads the app or something, of course you can just use the treble and the bass. The thing about the S1 Pro is it only has a treble, a bass, and 3 kind of presets. They do work really well. It is plug and play. But the thing is, this one really lets you, if anything, this is more pro because it allows you to really dial in the sound. This is very, very cool. Let me give you a little demo then. So I'm going to play you. I'll turn this mic off so you don't hear the vocal mic. I've just got a small condenser mic about 12 inches from the speaker. And I'll just play the loop. This is with everything turned off so you can have a listen to it, okay? This is what it sounds like. Okay, that's my Martin HD28, and that's got a K&K inside. I don't think that's a bad sound. It's a bit dull for me. I need to be wary not to be too bright because sometimes I crank the trebles too much. I know that. Now, a great thing about using the looper is you're not hearing the actual guitar itself. You're only hearing the recorded sound. Great tip. Now, if you're playing at home in your bedroom, maybe you want to hear the actual guitar because you want to dial in the amp for that environment, you know, where you're going to be playing with it. If you're playing on a stage where you're not going to hear, you know, like people at the front will not hear the actual guitar itself. Obviously, you want to dial in the sound through the looper so you only hear what they hear. This is a great thing to do. Record a loop into the speaker, walk out the front. I mean, don't take too long. You might annoy people, but walk out the front and dial in the sound. And of course, the more you get used to dialing in sound, the better, because you'll be able to do it very quickly. I'll show you right now what I would do if I was playing a gig with this. In fact, I've already done some dialing in. So I'll show you that, and I'll just show you how I came to this conclusion. So first thing I would do is go to the input mixer. I've set the level, everything's ready to go. I click on EQ. Now I'll play the loop, I'll turn it on, I'll show you what I've done, and I'll talk over the top. First of all, you'll just hear these amp, and then when you hear my voice again, obviously you'll be hearing both things. Okay, so you can hear that it really cleans it up nicely. And if you take a look at the screen, the bass and treble controls are what you have physically on the unit itself. So the bass here, this is great. On the right, you can see it's set to -180. The frequency is 120. The width is 141, which is wide. So that's lowering all that low end you can see under 120 Hertz on the left. Only slightly though, look, I could bring it down more. Then you lose all your low end. And if you boost it, get too much, so you're like a rumble. So I'm just decreasing it slightly because I don't want too much of a bright sound. Now one thing I'll say is it's better to remove stuff than add it. You know, it's better to subtract the EQ than to add the EQ. So if you've got too much of a dull sound, start by lowering some bass and some mid-range, and then only then boost the highs and things if you need to. Don't just start boosting things. Always subtract first. So that's the low end, and I'll show you the treble next. So I select treble. This one is set at 4500 with a wide width again, so it's like a shelving EQ. Everything above 4500 will go up as I raise it. So it gets very ice picky, right? And it gets very dull. So I just want a little bit of ice pick because I like that kind of sound. So that's your basic 2-band EQ. Now the thing is, this is great because you've also got 2, 3, and 4. In fact, I've used these the wrong way around. Look, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in fact. So if I click on 2, I'm using 2 over here. Normally you would use 2 on the left and then work your way to the right. I don't know why I've done this, but what I've done is I've gone through, well, first of all, number 4, down on the low side here, this is actually a notch. And the way you make a notch is to make the band very narrow. So I put it all the way to 16. That's probably too narrow, in fact. Then what you do is you often get like a note, especially with a K&K type pickup, that's kind of feeding back. The guitar is very resonant around like a C and a D down there in the cowboy section. So what you do is you can boost that dB, which is the volume, and as you play the loop, you'll hear it kind of ringing out, and then you can just scan through the frequencies to find it and then reduce it. So you always boost it like this, scan through. You hear there's one there, you hear that? It really came out. But there's definitely one here. It's actually not too bad right now, but when I'm playing, it's really bad. So I actually do this when I'm playing. And then you can cut. I know, again, don't cut too much because you'll start to lose your sound. Start with a slight cut of a few dB and then just go more if you need to. Or, you know, the great thing with this is try it, see what you prefer. The thing about this particular frequency around the 130 is that you'll really get it when the guitar's sitting in front of you, in front of the speakers. So do this one first with the guitar on, just do it while playing, and then loop and do the other ones. That's my tip for you. So 3 here, and again, you can put these anywhere you want. I've just got them in, I've just done it in this order for some reason. But 3, I did the same thing. I made kind of a medium size width, and I scanned through to see what that would sound like. Let's boost it up again. Now you hear that weird ring and honky sound? I really heard that a lot, so you can take it out completely if you want. Or just add the thing about taking things out completely is it sounds really nice and like CD kind of hi-fi stuff, and then once you start playing, you're like, oh, it's lost all its edge. You know, it's kind of got no grit to it anymore. So don't take everything out. But I really heard that when I was playing that loop. I was like, that's really bugging me. So I just pulled it out. That's at 429 Hertz. And then the next one, it's number 4 here. I've got 4. Again, I've done these back to front, but that's the 130. Oh, that's my notch. Sorry. And then number 5 is a very wide boost around 10K. I find that 10,000 Hertz to be that kind of microphone hi-fi sound. I like that. So there's actually 2 treble boosts, some mid cuts, and a bass cut. And I would actually do this on most K&K systems, but not many K&K preamps have this kind of power in them. So that's really nice. Once you've done all that, let's hear the difference. So it's really removing some mud, preventing some feedback, and improving the high end, right? Now, again, give me your feedback on this. Do you agree with me? Yeah, we all have different preferences with EQ and stuff. Next thing along is effects. You see that? This is, again, very impressive. Look, you've got 3 size reverbs, small, medium, and large. The level of that reverb. The send on 1 is how much you're sending to number 1. The return level. So you can actually dial in your own reverb sounds. Again, you can't do this on like the S1 Pro. You just get 1 reverb. So again, check it out. I'll make it loud so you can hear it. Got to turn it on. Way too much. There's your cathedral right there. I do like the big reverbs, but obviously you want to bring it down if you do the big reverb, you want to bring it down. So yeah, so it's just like a splash in the background. That's personally what I like. Then you've got a very usable delay as well. Let's hear that. I'll just turn the reverb off. You hear that? It's very sweet delay. Now it's not that loud, but of course this isn't like a tap tempo lead delay. This is like an ambient delay. So again, I think that sounds nice. It just adds like some ambience to it. And then chorus again, not an annoying chorus. Actually a very nice subtle chorus. Again, that's too much, but I like how subtle these effects are. They're really great for instruments. So in fact, if I turn all 3 of these on, it just adds a little something. Check this out. I'll turn them all off. Just a little bit of ambience. I really like that. I like they haven't gone over the top cheesy effects. Makes me wonder if they might add some more effects. You see that says Lexicon Effects? How about giving us an IR loader? Please. Anyway, we don't know if that's happening or not, but EQ out. Oh my goodness me, you've got different things you can choose here. So there's one for speech, one for performing, one for music, like your iPod. Let's check those out. Does something to the low end, which I like. So performance sounds good. And then, oh my goodness me, this is incredible. You've got 8 bands here. You can do what I just did before another 8 times. Isn't that crazy? So I've actually just done a bit more treble here because I wanted to. But you could literally go through this thing with that notch thing I did before and notch out every bad frequency that you want. Again, be careful. You can overdo EQ. EQ and effects are like seasonings on a pie or icing on a cake. If you add too much, you will be sick, or someone will be sick. But anyway, yeah, incredible power of EQ in this thing. It's really seriously impressive. It's got even more EQ than say my Play Acoustic has, which is really cool. And again, you don't have to use it. You can just use the treble and bass on the unit if you want to. But man, for something like a K&K, you can really dial in the sound. So check out what we've got now. We've got the master EQ on, we've got the effects on, we've got the reverb on, the EQ on, with all these, look what I've done to my guitar. Let's check it out with everything enabled. Ready? I'll turn the mic off, the vocal mic. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's a really nice, pleasant sound. I've got no problem with it. Would I like a mic IR in there? Yeah, I wouldn't say no, but that sounds like a guitar to me, and it cuts well, and it's very pleasing. I'm really happy with that, seriously. The one thing they don't have is a phase, which is kind of weird. Of everything they've got in here, they haven't got a phase switch. Not that I can see, anyway. Phase switch would be very useful. That'd be nice. It'd be nice if it could automatically take out feedback while you're playing. like my mixer does. I love my mixer, but obviously it's big. No, they're really in a great place with this. I wish more companies would do this. Like, give us some controls on what we use, and then give us an app to go in there and really fine tune stuff and add stuff. And, you know, I don't really want to run my gigs from my phone, but if I can use an app to complement the hardware that I'm using, to dial it in for me and my instrument, I think that's a wonderful thing. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Is this how you EQ? Have you learned anything from this video? Have you got any tips for me to make myself sound even better? Please be polite. But I think this is a very strong aspect of this speaker, and I hope other companies will implement it. And I hope this little thing has, this little video has given you an idea of how I would EQ a guitar, and it can help you out. So until next time, stay tuned, work on that EQ, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe later.